about the cost of unification, and then also we talk about the South-North Cooperation Fund, and then for example, U.S. the six-pack talk, we have a WMD issue, so on and so forth. So we might give them one-time assistance for the circulation of South Korean won in North Korea. Like El Salvador, what they did was they have the U.S. dollar in the central bank. They have local currency in the market. So they calculated the exchange rate. Simply they swapped it. So probably as North Korea listen to this kind of idea, I think it's true. I mean, for my impression, average people thinking, I think the six-pack talks, I think we can do diplomatically, military, whatever way, but this is a way, to secure like a peace in Korean Peninsula. So my point is, loss of economy. I mean, that it's inevitable, but if they are good people, they have to undergo that kind of loss of autonomy, and then initial circulation of South Korean won, in my opinion, is easy to do, doable, and then continuous income. Once it is the system on the pipeline, it will circulate.
I saw a number of hands first. Yes, in the back. First.
My name is Ahmed Mir. I used to be science counselor in South Korea. I didn't realize, but your context is that this is not something in the political framework right now. You are just suggesting an idea, and I think that's very good. But as has been mentioned, the political control that South Korea gets by oneization would not be palatable to the North. I think the Chinese, the one, might be more interesting. But did the Ministry of Unification in South Korea that was working on all these things, have they done any papers on this subject? Because in one of the ways that this could be advanced is if South Korea could contribute some funds towards the North to encourage oneization. I think that would be feasible. But the Ministry of Unification was doing a lot of studies, and clearly this would be a good way to help with the unification.
Okay, I checked the Ministry of Unification website, so to my knowledge, I have limited access, and at this point I didn't see serious discussion in this area. And the political control, at this point, I hope North Korean leadership read this paper. I try to stay away from political discussion at all, because I simply here presented my idea in economic arena to not to interfere with that kind of political issues, for example, the six-pack talks and so forth. So, however, as I said earlier, I really want to trigger discussions. I mean, this can be an effective way to take or to make North Korea to be a normal person.
Just a comment on the question.
We have a few other questions first. I saw Kathy and Mr.
Yes, Catherine Weatherston, SICE. I wonder if you have any sense of who within North Korea might be talking about such issues or be willing to talk about such issues. Do you have any reports about discussions going on within North Korea?
I never heard of any kind of discussion, but I think they heard about El Salvador, Ecuador, Panama, Guatemala, all producing U.S. dollar as legal currency. Or in fact, North Korean labor, they go to Middle East to earn, U.S. dollars. I mean, South Korea did how many years ago? Maybe 30 years ago, and they know that importance of U.S. dollar. But at this point, because South Korea with a significant currency and everything. South Korea, one is not convertible. It's a very reputable reserve currency, in my opinion, for North Korea, at least.
Thank you, Dr. Jeong. I think this is the first one who came up with the idea of oneization, closely to the without listening to discussion here, and you already mentioned that as far as communication ministry is concerned, I have not heard any organization almost related to that. But I think it's very interesting to hear from your point of view of our economists. That's very intriguing to hear. And I think the benefits will outweigh the cost to those energy if it does conceptualize that is losing autonomy in their monetary policy. In return, they get more economic growth and economic and trade. But as we have already discussed, I don't think North Korea is ready for this idea at all. For the very reason that you say you do not delve into that political reason. North Korea is always, for the North Korean leadership, politics comes first. And as you said, survival is most important. And you said WMD does not improve the welfare of the people's living unless it helps survive, protect their survivability, and assuring country and the North Korean system to continue. Now, I do disagree with one point you and some of the commenters made, that is they care about the weapons and the military capabilities, so I agree on that. But they do not care about people's welfare at all. That's not so. I mean, the national security, survivability, for which they believe they have to be, will have to trust the weapons, if it comes first. Then they will go into economic development. And as you mentioned, 2002 reform, in my view, was economically motivated rather than politically motivated, because given the scene and the kinds of things they were developing. This is before Jimmy Carter, Assistant Secretary of State Jimmy Carter's business was coming out. And but whereas last year's the latest monetary currency denomination is more politically motivated this time. And so, but I think the new idea is quite intriguing with respect to the possibility that most Koreans might be interested. I think they will if the South Korea wish to lend money to Bank of Korea for them to purchase the South Korean goods and services and also help their own the trading activities with China or South Korea and so forth. But for the core idea of use, that is one-ization, bonus Korea, I think that will come, if it ever does, will come only at the last stage of the process of unification. We talked about it, but it's not going to happen. But nevertheless, who knows if you go to Pyongyang and meet with Kim Jeong, if you were able to visit him, say, Mr. Chairman, or Dear General, this is the only way your country will survive. I think you accept that and there'll be different stories. But realistically, I don't think that's going to be possible. And I want to finish with one last question. That is, we already see all kinds of problems of latest currency. What do you see everywhere? I mean, reading all of this. But again, that's my, I guess, a question. What's your view? What's going to happen to this thing at the end of the day? They will need, some people think they will have to go through another reform at some time, or it's not just devastating to the
thank you.
All kinds of problems.
Yeah, thank you for your.
But before I finish, I will compliment you. That was very good job, very interesting job. I heard no one who suggests one-ization, almost way. And honestly, a lot of people, like much of anybody, I don't believe Kim Jong-un would accept this idea anyway. So maybe that's why people don't study, but nevertheless, you did a very good idea. It's a very good introductory exercise for the idea.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, and I really appreciate the Corps accepting my paper to be presented at